And so we're going to go into the expert panel, keep you in, grab yourself a beverage. I don't know if you've got a beverage. He has a beverage, which is good. I've also got multiple beverages because, you know, it's necessary. Iran, it may be slightly earlier in your time. So you've probably not got anything to, unless you've made that into an Irish coffee.
Well, no, it's a simple coffee. I'm sorry, but I'll compensate later.
Oh, ho, ho. Chris Trimper is here, and he's got his independent health top on there. I've seen that a few times. So we've got Iran, we've got Doug, we've got Chris. Hopefully Sarah's going to join us. She's here. Fantastic. We've got Paul Gerard and we've got Giles Lindsay as well joining us. And it's the whole gang. You know, I don't even know how to even deal with spinning so many plates. So I'm going to, you know, go round and just try and see if anyone wants to just kind of mention another special session they've seen, a quote they've loved, you know, part of where VCD has touched you, you know. So I'm going to start with Giles because it's touched him the most, and it's also he's got a Christmas tree on in the background. But there should be a universal sign. This is now the universal sign for you're on mute. So we don't have to say it anymore. We just go live long and prosper.
Literally, there's me doing the. I didn't realise I had a second mute button as well. I was just about to say, I don't know where to go with that one. It's touched me in ways I can't share. I dare not share either. But it's been a fantastic experience. For me, I think one of the highlights was obviously, as ever, I get the opportunity on the Agile Day to talk to Dave Snowden. And those Q&A panels with him and then the expert panel events with him as well are just outstanding, especially when he eulogizes that Agile is dead, we're never going to see it again, and you know, well, I don't know what half of us are going to do with our careers then as we go forward, but yeah, it's been a fantastic event. Today has been great. Yesterday I had to do some workshops as well. I wasn't trying to sort of emulate Jonathan with his 5 events within 24 hours, which I'm sure he'll tell us about. But at least I had to do a couple of other workshops as well, which I missed half of yesterday. But today I've been there pretty much all the way through, and some of the talks today have been phenomenal. You know, Sarah and Ivona, brilliant talks. Particularly because they are in my area of sort of expertise as well, and I just absolutely love what you were sharing with us today. So that's absolutely fantastic. Paul, I need to do a wristwatch check-in with yourself. What are you wearing today?
I'm wearing my. Sorry, guys, it's a private kind of matter. I'm wearing my steel dive Captain Willard today.
There we go. I had to get that in there after your attempt yesterday to divert my attention. So brilliant. But thanks everybody for being such amazing speakers, guests, hosts. It has been a fantastic event over the last 4 days. I just, you know, I can't say all the people behind the scenes as well, right? Everybody who's been supporting. Exactly, all the round of applause and the thumbs up going to everybody. The staff that have been looking after keeping this running, keeping this going, being within the VR world as well. Thank you very much for helping us and looking after us and making sure all of the videos run smoothly, all of the segues into all of the events and the rooms as well. Brilliant. So enough said, I'm going to pass over to my good mate, Paul.
But just between that, you know, these guys do time checks every Friday when we meet up. So I decided that I needed to get a watch because I don't own a watch. Right? So I went out and bought this beautiful gold watch here, and it's handcrafted by someone called Biden. Now, apparently, soon to be the president of, and he was doing watchmaking on the side, and I was able to pick this up for £12 off Amazon. So, you know, I might even throw it in with the free book today. You may get this beautiful watch never been worn because I can't actually fit it on my watch because it's still wearing the wrapper. So that's another gift that's coming in as part of the Christmas bonus. So Paul, over to you. Have you got your, wait a second, have you got your socks on the beach?
I've got nothing to add to what Giles has said, to be honest, and I don't want to take up much time at all, except to say I've really quite enjoyed my contribution and my part of it, and yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have to say Dave Snowden was a bit of a highlight of the 4 days. Sorry for the rest of you, but I better shut up and stop digging now. But yeah, I always enjoy what he talks about, because he's a bit out there. He's a bit of a grumpy old man, and I mean that's kind of familiar territory for someone like me.
So we'll move on. I wonder what was your kind of big takeaway?
Well, me.
I think
yeah, go on.
I think the whole conference was just fantastic, and I've learned a lot, and I think actually I've learned something from all of the talks I've seen and I've heard, and thank you for your great moderation and facilitation of this event. It's a big event, and you've done it very well, and thank you also to all the organizers of this event as well.
Wonderful, thank you for that. Sarah?
I did enjoy Iona's talk, actually. Human-centered design. You know, being a back-end developer, I am barely human myself, so to understand how these humans explain stuff in a way that I can then understand. You know, I think one of my New Year's resolutions for next year is to learn more about domain-driven design and the process of translating what it is that we need into software. And this, you know, what I was talking about sounds exactly the kind of thing that would map with that, and it was really good to hear about it sort of from the trenches how it went. So that was a big takeaway from me today. And the VR, I didn't spend enough time in the VR. That's the first time I've seen anything like it, and I just wandered around outside for too long. It was great.
We'll have to get a photo of everybody under the Christmas tree, because literally halfway through the conference they introduced the Christmas hats, which obviously everyone has taken advantage of, and then they also it's snowing in virtual reality, and so you know how perfect can that be? It's going to be a white Christmas. So I guess we can't say Christmas without Chris, really. Christmas, go on, Chris.
For me, I think this is just the perfect timing to have an event like this, because we're all wrapping up our years. The fact that it's recorded is just epic, because now we have an opportunity to revisit some of these things and plan our 2021 to have a really amazing 2021. I know every year in January, I think to myself, you know, what are the things I'm going to tackle this year? And now it's going to be, good grief, out of all these amazing things that we really should be doing more of or better, you know, which are the ones that are achievable? But I have this wonderful resource to come to. So I'm really grateful for all of that content and the ability to drive it. And yeah, I decided I had to, you know, prove that in both VR and in real life, you know, we can don the great hats here. Missing Bob's hat though. Bob, I don't know where your hat is today, but yeah. Sarah, you hit it well with the planning for the new year and making resolutions. And you know, this is an awesome conference to be able to do that with. So I hope everybody takes that opportunity.
Perfect. I think that leads into Bob. And please, Bob, tell me you've got your dinosaur hat.
You know what? I do not, Jonathan. I do not have my dinosaur hat. I wish I did. I would do the T-Rex dance for you all. But no, I left that at home. The only one I've got right now is my taco hat. But hey, the conference, you know, I've been involved in a lot of virtual conferences this year, and the thing I found most amazing about virtual community days is that I thought you, Jonathan, all of the speakers, the staff, if I can shout them out by name, I mean, Jill, Stephanie, Terry, Rhonda, all of them really helped put the emphasis on community in the name of this conference. I just thought the culture, everybody's just been so friendly, which is not always easy to project, you know, friendliness virtually. The sessions were amazing. Jonathan, because I have such a love-hate relationship with tools, I loved your session. That gave me a few things to think about. But it was just a blast and so much fun. And like Chris just said, and I definitely have to go out and get a Santa cap today now. You know, just having it near the end of the year in December, the holiday season coming up, and after such a tough year for so many people, I just thought this was great. Brought a lot of smiles and education to everybody. So well done to everybody.
And there's so many moving parts, and I loved, you know, Chris, Bob, you know, part of it is the Unicom staff have been manning the booths. You know, you've had all these little elves running around. You know, at one point I actually jumped in and said, you know, that's an elf and safety problem we've got there in VR, but thankfully we got past it. But you know, part of it is, yeah, it's been very kind of, it's been a great experience. And you know, we've got Paul here as well, and I'm going to go around to Paul to kind of who's the dark arts wizard. He's also wearing a hat, and say, so which was your favorite, Paul?
Oh my gosh, I think Aaron's presentation was the thing that I liked the most watching on this on here. So and the other thing I'd say, this is my first time doing a virtual conference. I had a little hard time kind of keeping track of where all the audio sources were coming from. But the really neat thing that Verbella did was those breakout rooms where I could do a live demo and display it out for people up on the screen. And I will say I'm going to hang around a little bit longer after the conference. If you want to come by and check it out, I'll be more than happy to do that again. That was the neatest thing of this whole conference.
It was, and you know, even Doc Graham said the fact that you were writing automation scripts in VR takes things to a whole new level. So, Iran, any parting thoughts? Which one was your favorite? Or don't say favorites. Can't have favorites. You've got to love everything. But you know, what was your takeaway?
So my common things that you know, people like about me is that I'm always positive. I like everything. So I love the entire event. I think it was very well organized. The VR, the innovation, this Kahoot thing that we are doing really makes it more fun. You know, conferences aren't just, you know, for boring slides. It's also about the engagement and having some fun with that. And I think, Jonathan, you made it a fun event. And that's the best way in my mind to end. I think that's one of the last events that I'm attending for 2020, which wasn't an easy year. So I'm happy that, you know, I'm ending the event in such a fun atmosphere with so many great speakers and contributors. So that's really good. And not to tease anyone, tomorrow we are getting a snowstorm here in Boston. So it will be definitely a Christmas atmosphere. I don't have a hat. But...
Oh, that's brilliant. And I'm going to take this pause before I go on to Doug for the Kahoot, right? Everybody here, because you're all in it to win it. Can we all get our phones up? I'm even going to join, which feels a bit unfair. But yeah, so go to kahoot.io on your favorite, whatever browser you've got on whatever phone or whatever device you've got. Let's all do it.
Kahoot.it.
Kahoot.it. And once you're in there, all you need to do is put this code in to play. So literally, you just need to put the code in 8713538. So let's get that up. Let's all do it, and we want some festive names in there because we're all going to go around. We're all going to ask questions like we did on day one. So you need to stay because we're going to need to. You need to ask the questions. It's all related to the conference. And the great thing about this is that we've got 3 places to give away $50 vouchers, and all 3 voucher giving companies are on here. So Doug's going to give away one, Iran's going to give away one, and Paul's going to give away one. So I'm just typing my name in, Automation Cyborg.
You sure it's Kahoot.it? Have I missed something?
I've got Kahoot.
A warning message.
Kahoot.it.
Kahoot. Kahoot.
Oh, Kahoot. Oh, sorry.
And Jonathan, could you repeat the access code one more time?
Yeah, the access code is
a C much more than a K.
3538.
871. What was the rest of it?
871-3538.
Thank you.
We've got SD in the place. We've got the DevOps human. We've got the Agile wizard. Hopefully, we're going to get the Dark Arts wizard as well. Remember, this is 3 vouchers. I'm hoping that Doug will be giving himself the £50 voucher. You'll just see $50 just pop into his own pocket. So everyone's in it to win it. I'm going to press the start button at 20. So I'm going to finish with Doug. You know, your favorite session. You have been at it. You've been in the VR world from day one. Can you give us one of your top takeaways?
You know, this so many great things, so many rabbit holes. I've learned so much, and you know, I've been furiously Googling on the side some additional topics about the things I've learned. I love it, and the whole gamification of this conference with, you know, between Kahoot or the VR, I feel like I'm playing a game of Sims. So super ambitious undertaking, and I'm really impressed with how well it all went off. And I've really enjoyed this conference more than any other this year, in a year of virtual conferences. So hats off to you guys.
Well, that is praise. He's got his Mercury Man. Mine's parted up there. I know Iran. Well, what have we got? Bob has got his behind him, his Mercury Man as well. We've got 19 users. We're going to start, and the first person who's going to kick off question 1 is going to be Doug. Do you want to read out the question for us? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good luck, everyone.
True or false? Did today's host really get his hair cut during the last break?
Which one's true and which one's false?
So the answers are on the screen. Then you have to look at the color and select the color in your app or web browser. Jonathan, I think you've had a few haircuts in the course of preparing for this.
I must admit, the problem is that I've just realized I got it wrong, which is really bad.
Oh,
I
no.
should know that. I'm definitely not in it to win it this time. 15 correct, very in tune. Unfortunately, I'm wrong. Sorry, but you know, such is life. Okay, so let's see how the leaderboard. So remember, it's fastest finger first. Ooh, Agile Wizard, 964. He's on an absolute row now. Rich, just to let you know, Rich was our winner from day one, right? Rich Jordan, who is a continuous testing guru, who I've had the pleasure of going out in Vegas with a couple of times. So watch him; he can't be trusted. So we'll move on to the next question. Next person will be Iran. Do you want to read out the question?
Sure. Who hosted day 2 of the Virtual Community Days conference?
Just in case you want to see what the picture is, that is me giving Paul Gerard a lap dance in VR, which kind of also links back into that time in Vegas. So it's a good job it's bring your own beverage. That's all I can say.
Paul, when we have a meeting next, you need to tell me about this.
Hey, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
What happens in VR stays in VR. So you were right. There was a trick question.
Am I meant to be looking at the VR screen rather than the website? Because the website, I just get icons. I have no idea what these icons mean.
Yeah, so you need to watch the screen, Paul.
Oh, right. We didn't say that.
And then push the color.
We've done this quiz before. I've never done it.
Well, that's probably why you're not doing well. But I've noticed that you do have a Sex on the Beach cocktail. So he told us earlier that he'd got the ingredients for Sex on the Beach. And I said, it's not Sex on the VR. Do you want to show us your cocktail, Paul? Show us your beverage.
I've just got rid of my
good one. It could be a woohoo. It could be between a woohoo and a beverage. So on to Bob. You're the next one up for the question. Let's see what the numbers are looking like.
I'm ready.
Holding yourself, but Captain Bob is back. So you know it's moving around. Right, Bob. Next question.
All right. When was Vivid Worldwide Org formed? Excuse me.
Okay, so the question, you've got choices. Was it formed last year, last decade, last millennial, that's, you know, millennium, or over 25 years. One of those questions is, you know, this one's, you haven't got time to go and look at Wikipedia. You've got 8 seconds left. You've just got to go for it. So, and thanks
Sounds
to the
old when you
VR
say it
spread
that way.
here, these were photos for the day. Hard question, but yes, it was over 25 years, making me feel quite old now. Tex, whoever Tex is, somehow is on a winning streak. 3 questions in a row. Well done. Okay, Chris, you're up for the next question.
Which VCD speaker set this up, or speakers?
So which VCD speaker's setup is this?
Oh my God, I can't read straight.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a clue inside that picture.
It's got my picture on it.
I'm
I like
putting
how
in the web.
actually
I'm
recreating
my web.
Well done for those who picked up. It is Paul Grossman, the Dark Arc Lord. Right.
I've got one.
Let's see if Captain Bob has held his space. He has. The Dark Arts Wizard is closely behind him. Sarah, you're up next for this question. Question 5.
Okay, how many icons on the screen?
So it's Iran's slide, so he should know, but it's going to be a quick maths. This is going to be a chance, you know, if you're touching your screen now, you're going to need to wipe it.
Does Jonathan
I think
count
it's
as
just as
icon?
many browser tabs as their had open during her presentation. I've never seen so many browser tabs open. That was amazing.
That was a good demo.
I'm terrible at
The
that.
answer was 60. Well done for those people who have fastest finger on there. It was a pretty impressive go. Is Captain
Well,
Bob?
there were icons on the other screen as well. There was 66 or something like that.
Yep.
I would argue. There were 2 screens.
You can see who the tester is and who's not the tester, can't you? The testers say there's more icons. Okay, over to Awana.
I've closed my bloody Kahoot window. Whatever it's called. Oh, I'm definitely at a disadvantage now.
Okay, so I think the question was who hosted the VR live stream?
This one's a difficult one because you had to be in the VR landscape to know who this person is stood at the front. So it's the little guy here at the front where Paul's looking up at space, the final frontier. And, you know, part of it is the little guy under there and who he might look like who spoke on day 1. So that's my only tip I can give you. I'm in 19th place. I don't know how I'm in 19th place, but yes, it was in. I should really look at what I'm doing, really. Let's see if that's moved the dial ever. Ooh, it keeps on, you know, Captain Bob, you're on fire.
I am.
So, Paul, you're up next. Number 7.
Oh, right.
Want to read it out?
Who covered the topic of volcanoes?
Ooh. That's a hard one. It was a very good talk. And the only other tip that I can do, it was volcanoes and tech debt.
In fact, actually, we had geophysics as pretty much most of the day.
He has done. Damn to Rudolph. Well done. Who got Young? That was a landslide. Now on to the rocking Rudolph now. So, Moni's come. So I'm guessing that's short for Monica, who's already won 1 award for the best interaction for Slido. So over to Giles.
Okay. So the next question, which company purchased Slack for 27 billion during VCD?
Or more importantly, which one did I say yesterday and then realized I got it wrong on the live stream, but never mind.
Is that the image I shared with you? That's the image I sent you on Slack.
No, it's all about reuse. And you're absolutely right. I said Salesforce, SAP wrongly. It was Salesforce that acquired Slack for 24 Bs. So well done.
All be
Got that
points.
one. I didn't get the point. No, I didn't. Let's see if that's moved. Oh, Bob, you are the quiz king. We may have to rename Bob to the quiz wizard, and then we're going to have like a trio of wizards, which I know is what Dave told us we needed to have on day 2.
He did.
So
Things
now
a
on to
trio.
Paul. Paul, do you want to ask the question?
The next one is, which speaker has frozen her tongue to a lamppost?
Oh, no.
Was it Vicky? Was it Jan? Was it Sarah? Or was it Awana?
And this was my question that I submitted, which was, what lessons did you learn from licking a lamppost?
And can I say, I did ask it.
You did
ask it.
Is that, I need to vote.
See, I just follow the world of Anchorman. Whatever's put in front of me, I'll read it.
Vicky, you got quite close there, but yes, it was Young who had moved to Iceland from her native country and then stuck her tongue against a lamppost, which froze. So a lesson to be learned there during the conference. It hasn't moved. The Agile Wizards come back. And in all fairness, that's his only payment he's getting for the entire event, so he needs to keep into 3rd place or better. So back to Doug. You've got the next question.
What is the dark arts wizard known for?
What is he known for?
Agile, DevOps, testing, or automation?
This one's a difficult one. You got him just wandering about as well. I'm not quite sure where he's
All
going.
better get it right.
Oh my gosh, there. Oh, it's a beautiful my demo of walking through the thing. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was me a week before this conference and just playing around with it. This is cool.
And everyone knew the Dark Art Wizard is known for automation. Well done, everybody. That was a good question. If they'd have said something like Agile, I'm sure he would have been going home right now. So has that moved the lever? That's the question. Santa Trimper is coming back now, so that is pretty good. And actually, Yuletide Aron has up 5 spots because, so yeah, he's coming back. So watch out, Bob. We're after you.
Yeah,
so, Iran, your question, hit it.
Which day did we live stream a podcast?
And there's a bit of trivia here. We live streamed it. It also got banned from YouTube. It got banned because Paul decided to stick his face on Thunderbird's the music. So therefore, it got flagged on YouTube as content that was already copyrighted. So there was a big lesson to be learned there. Thunderbirds are not go. Okay, Paul. So. Well done for those who realised yesterday we decided to try and live stream a podcast, which is now available to download at all good Apple and Google podcast stores. So has that moved? Well, Wizards getting closer. So now we're going to go over to Bob. Do you want to ask the next question, Bob? We're halfway there.
Got it. Which of the following is a thing? NORPA, NOQA, NOOPS, no ops, or no code?
And I know Sarah covered this in our session. It's a difficult one. And don't say no QA because Paul will get very upset. And it is no op.
I don't like Q. Take the Q. I just say no A.
No A. Okay, so no A, okay, and no movements. 6 places. Rich is the highest climber. He was day one's winner. Is he going to be able to get enough to come back, or will he stay off the legendary scoreboard forever? So Sarah, can we? Sorry, Chris, can we have your question now?
Sure. Which VCD platform is this?
And this is a
my phone
difficult one
locked.
because we only just realized there's a mobile app halfway through the conference, and it would have saved us a lot of time.
That's actually a trick question. Tricky question.
It
And-
was.
Oh,
That is the name of the app. It was a trick question, but there's only way to get Rich Jordan back in to win it. So let's see if that's moved the area. Oh, Moni's the only one that seemed to get. Monica's been really on top of this. So Sarah, you've got the next question. True or false?
Okay, true or false? Anyone missing from this photo? Oh, I see.
And I have to apologize. I put the answer as true because I genuinely thought someone would drop out, but instead we've got the whole landscape of everybody who is part of the live closing panel discussion. So well done for those people who realized I made an epic fail. Not my first epic fail. I somehow managed to fail on day one as well. But
I forgive you, Jonathan.
I know.
Hold on, while you were talking then, I was waiting as if you were going to give me some information that was useful. And then I signed out.
Before,
No cookie for
you
me.
realize it's all not useful, right? Okay, do you want to go for the next question, number 15?
Which VCD speaker works for Disney? Is it Aaron, Richard, Omar, or Drew?
And does anyone remember when Windows used to tell you you only had 39 years left?
Vaguely.
Optimistic.
Paul says that, but Netscape is still his favorite browser.
No, I did not.
Me neither. Neither one of us, Pauls, agree with that.
I bet it's Netscape Gold as well.
Oh, there's an AOL man if I've ever heard of it. And I remember the CompuServe days. So over to Paul.
The other Paul.
Which Paul?
Mr. Gerard?
Mr. Gerard, go ahead.
What other profession is Richard?
Is Richard a Boy Scout? Is he a police officer? Is he a lollipop person? Or is he a magistrate? And it was a trick question again. He is a magistrate, but day 2, he had to jump off his session so that he could go and do the scouts. And then the scouts dialed in for one of the quizzes at the end of the day. So, you know, that was a bit of trivia, which he also used to be a police officer. And apparently, like Jeeves and Wooster, he stole his police hat from when he left on his last day, and he now still wears it for our events. So we've not reported him, but we may do. So as that moved it, Santa Trimper is coming up. You know, it's close, and there's not much left. So Giles up 17, 5 to go.
What day did Christmas start in VR?
This is a difficult one, but we did have the CMO of Microfocus reply to us on that one and said, loving the Christmas spirit. And for those who are right, it was day 3 when everyone started wearing Christmas hats. Paul Grossman,
Yes.
the Dark Art Wizard, you are now up for a true or false.
Jonathan has appeared in a Marvel movie. True or false? I've got my original boot disk for Windows 1.0 here.
I need to go and find my original boot disk for OS2.
OS2 Warp. Now that
Yeah.
was an IBM triumph. That CD never worked in any computer ever.
No.
So, did I appear in a Marvel movie? And the answer is true. I was an extra in Captain America. And if you watch that movie again, the POW camp, I'm the one that's waving over Steve Rogers to help break us out of the cell. That was when I was less well off, and it was £50 to work overnight. So yeah, it was my glory days. So thanks for those people who remembered. So we're back up again. Money's come up, back up. Agile Wizards just only just in it to win it. So back to Doug.
All right. Who famously said Agile is dead? Giles, Paul, Dave, or Seb?
This will go down in history.
It will.
He also,
about this.
whoever said it also said it's a cult. So you know, this is very interesting. And he had posted this onto social media. If you watch the picture on the top. Dave Snowden, for those people who got it right, they're absolutely right. It's the quote of 2020, closing 2020. Iran, you're back up. We haven't got much to go. We got 3 more questions.
When was Unicom formed?
What I love about this is during the dry run, and I'm not sure it's Alex's best photo from Unicom. But I thought, you know what? There's got to be some bloopers. Usually the credits would be rolling at this point in time. Well done, and hopefully that's some Unicom staff. Otherwise, they're all getting their P45s for Christmas. So
I knew that one because I did work for them in 1993. So
93. You're gonna get a watch. You might even get this watch once you've done 25 years of service with Unicom.
Of service. No, I've done 27. Hold on.
A watch is in the post, Paul. A watch is in the post. Okay, so Bob. Oh, sorry, it was Bob next.
Who did a live automation demo in VR?
I love how everyone's neck's like this. This is what we've all realized during VR, that your head can move completely around. It's very much like, what was the movie? Come on, everyone. What was the movie where which one?
Exorcist.
Exorcism, where she moved her head all the way around. One of the freakiest movies ever known. So well done. It was Paul who decided to try to do an automation demo in VR. So well done to Paul there.
We did a really good one. Thank you.
So we've got I think we're nearly down to the penultimate one. So I'm going to go to Sarah, actually. So go, Sarah.
Okay, Futurist Theo's upcoming book.
So
I guess the question is, what's the title? That's a good question.
It's what the title is. Badly worded by me. I did this last night after, not drinking. But yeah, is it The Future Is Now? The Future Is Tomorrow? Future Starts Now? Or The Futurist? Difficult one.
It's all the same to me from my point of view.
So yes, the future starts now. And do you want to give us a Back to the Future, Paul? Because you did say you were going to go 88 miles an hour with that model behind you.
If I can get this model to go 88 miles per hour, that will be some amazing stuff, wouldn't you think?
This is the last question of what is going to close off 4 days of conference in VR. Rabbit, I'm kind of concerned where rabbits come from, or where rabbits going. So, this is the last question. Do you want to finish off Virtual Customer Days? The final question.
Who's got it?
Go for it.
Me?
No, Awana.
Go ahead.
The final question is, which vendor gave away the prize draw on day 1?
Ooh, last question. And the guy who won it, who isn't in the top 5, Rich Jordan, tweeted after saying that he'd won first prize on day 1. So pretty good going. So he's got a $50 voucher going directly to him now to spend on Christmas Day or Boxing Day or the January sales. Well done. If you pick Perfecto, now it's the time to see who came into the top 3. I'm going to let Iran, Doug, and Paul, you're going to all give away one $50 voucher for the first 3 positions. podium goes to, drum roll, Rabbit has rampantly got it into 3rd position. The Agile Wizard finally is getting paid in 2nd. And Captain Bob, who has been all over it. We had Santa Trumper on the back. Congratulations, everybody who's done that. That was an amazing job. So those gift vouchers are in the post, or carrier pigeon, or owl, I suppose, if you're a wizard. So Doug, do you want to give out your first prize?
Oh, I'm not sure who Rabbit is, but congratulations. That's awesome. I hope they enjoyed the conference and enjoyed the gift certificate and use it for something frivolous and fun from Malillo Consulting. Thank you for attending. Perfect.
I'm going to give the second one to Paul Grossman. Do you want to give out the 2nd place?
Sure. Second,
you can actually just pass it straight through to the screen if you want.
I can do that. Over to Agile Wizard. I'll get that over to them in just a moment. Great job.
And then, of course, Bob, thank you for coming in first. I have no idea how much knowledge you've got. You must have been watching this for 4 days. It's like binge watching 24 or the Crown. It's whatever you're watching on Netflix over Christmas and enjoying. So, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody on the panel here. Everybody from Unicom, from Vivid Worldwide, who's made this possible. And, we've had a fantastic 4 days. So I'm going to let everyone say thank you, and then we're going to call it. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks for being part of Vivid Worldwide and Unicom's Virtual Customer Days 2020. So, Doug?
Yes, thank you, everybody. Happy week. Have a happy holiday and be safe.
Iran?
Everyone, hopefully 2021 will be more of a physical face-to-face conferences, even though I enjoy this one as well.
Bob?
Hey, everybody, have a great rest of the year. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year, and just keep smiling and let's keep making testing fun. And thanks to Unicom and Vivid. Great job, Jonathan, and to all of you that hosted. Outstanding. Thanks.
Mr. Trimper.
Yeah, thanks for everybody for attending. It's been awesome. So much really great knowledge. Can't wait for 2021 and continuous learning and testing, bringing on AI, machine learning, natural language, computer vision, and all those amazing things to make our jobs easier and better, and just rocking it out in 2021.
Sarah, thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan, for making it a really great atmosphere, really fun. And all the best, everyone, for 2021.
Wonderful. Awanda?
Thanks for facilitating this, and thanks everyone for organizing who was involved, and to our great speakers. And just keep safe, stay brave, and enjoy the next year.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Paul?
Thanks again for all the speakers and the organisation. Everything went very, very smoothly, I have to say. I had my doubts before we kicked it off, but it all turned out pretty well, I have to say. Happy holidays, and look forward to. I'm personally looking forward to what happens in February, where Agile dies, or whatever the hell is going to happen. I think it's a bit of fun. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, best wishes.
Charles?
Yeah, look, I just want to say, same as everyone else, fantastic speakers, fantastic support team as well. Doing it with my mates John and Paul as well, JPG. Looking forward to doing more in the new year when the three of us are back, hopefully at an event in February or March, and hopefully having loads of you guys back to be part of that event then as well. I'm looking forward to that February date as well. I'm wondering if, just like in the Marvel movies, half of us are all going to just suddenly vanish. Exactly. Oh, thanks, Doug. We'll wait and see. But otherwise, great Christmas, great New Year, everybody. Stay safe, and see you in 2021.
Thanks. And finally, the Dark Art Wizard.
I want to thank everybody here. I'm looking forward to 2021. I've had it on my bucket list to come visit the UK and in Europe, and I hope I am able to do that in the next few years and see you guys all in person. It's been a pleasure to meet everybody and actually see a few of my old coworkers and friends here at the conference. And if you guys could, one last thing, if Agile Wizard could send me a contact message, a way to get to that, I will get you that that code over to you. I'm at paul.michael.grossman@gmail.com. That's one way you can get a hold of me. Thank you.
And thanks everybody. And just as a bonus giveaway, we're also, for the person who came into VR today, Dave Lucas, we're also going to send you a £50 voucher. You know, it's the time of giving, and everyone they've given their time for free. So thank you so much to everybody who's made it possible. And I wish you all a Merry Christmas. And with that, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
There, guys.
Happy holidays.
Yes.